Hi, my name is Jacqueline Richards, and this is for my persuasive speech. I have two members in my audience, my lovely mother and father. Oops. I got you. There you go. From the moment a woman finds out she is pregnant, she will start making decisions for her child. From choosing the proper prenatal vitamins, car seat, or the baby's future pediatrician, parents make choices even before they lay eyes on their little one's face. Then after the baby arrives, the choices keep adding up. Let's face it, if you're a parent, you know that everybody has their own opinions on these choices. Is breast milk that much better than formula? When can I forward face my child's car seat? Should I cater to my baby's every need or teach them to self-soothe? With all the differing info in printed material or the internet, these choices that seem easy can actually become quite difficult. Today I'm going to tell you about one decision I think is a really great one if you can make the time to do it. I will tell you why it is so beneficial to teach your infant sign language to improve communications between you and your developing baby. I've heard all of the opinions on this subject. Many parents state that teaching infant sign language is essential to the developing baby. Others will tell you that it will delay verbal speech. So what's the answer? Is it hurtful or helpful? Fortunately, over the past 10 to 15 years, there have been many case studies on this very subject that we can look to for accurate data. Psychologists realized some time ago that babies with hearing impaired parents began to communicate non-verbally at a much earlier age than babies verbally communicated with normal hearing parents. Psychologists Akerdolo, Brown, and Goodwin completed a case study in which they observed 3 groups of parents. The purpose of their study was to determine if teaching a baby nonverbal gestures had either a positive or negative outcome on verbal speech development. The first group had parents focus on nonverbal gestures. The second group had parents focus on verbal words. The third group was used as the control group and was not told to focus on any specific type of language. These children's verbal communication skills were then evaluated at 6 different age levels between 8 months and 36 months. According to the results, infants who were taught nonverbal gestures at an early age were initially more advanced in verbal language than those children that were not taught the gestures. In the book Gesture and Multimodal Development, psychologists Guideth and Coletta looked further into the study, finding that children eventually chose words as their more desired form of communication. However, sometimes the gesturing continued along with the words to reinforce the spoken words for a short while. In response to a reader in American Baby magazine, developmental psychologist Claire Lerner describes the benefits for teaching infants and toddlers nonverbal gestures as a primary source of communication. She states that there are no studies demonstrating that verbal language is delayed from these early teachings. So as you can see from all these studies, the statement that teaching infant sign language will delay verbal speech is false. In fact, some studies actually show that it slightly enhances verbal language development at an early age. So let's look at the opposing viewpoint more closely. If there is only a small possible increase in verbal development, parents will ask the question, why go through all the hassle of teaching sign language? Anybody who has been a parent knows how frustrating it can be if you cannot understand what your baby or toddler is trying to tell you. Generally, there is crying or tantrums in response to you not being able to perceive what they want or need. On average, a baby can say his or her first words around a year old, but these spoken words don't really communicate a baby's needs. They are generally words like mommy, daddy, or kitty. On the other hand, it is stated in the online article, When Your Baby Won't Stop Crying, by Drs. James Siegel and Melinda Smith, that babies can have a possible 10-word gesture vocabulary by the age of 9 months. This includes words that can help with determining your baby's wants or needs. Words such as more, change, drink, milk, eat, or all done. Siegel and Smith also describe the frustrations of new parents in trying to adapt to their new baby's sounds and cries. They describe the normal developmental milestones in language, including nonverbal language. It is easy to see when reading the information in this article Why teaching your baby a variety of gestures to communicate their basic needs could be very beneficial to help lessen the anxiety and frustration of communication between a caregiver and a young child. Siegel and Smith also state that infant sign language can even lessen the chances for postpartum depression, a growing problem with new mothers. So if you can increase positive communication between you and your child, I ask the question, why not teach your baby sign language? The studies I have told you about today have demonstrated the overall benefits of teaching nonverbal gestures to young children. I encourage you, if you are going to become a parent, to highly consider this as one of your many important choices you will have to make for both you and your child's future.